Hi everyone, it's Miss Flam. I just wanted to touch base with you. It's our last week of school before fall break. I can't believe fall break is already here. I did get some feedback last week that some of the stuff was too slow, or not too slow, but there just wasn't enough work. So I am going to try to find a way for those of you that want more work to give more work. It is also Spirit Week, so that might change things, and you can just kind of see how your child is feeling and how things are going, because I know there's good days, good weeks, and bad weeks. But I wanted to talk to you about what is expected this week. This week in Writer's Workshop, we will be working on making a bubble map of a new personal narrative. So something new. When you write a personal narrative, it is true, and it is one of three things. It is something that happened to me, somewhere I went, or something I did. So it has to be true to your child. If they just want an Xbox, they can't write about that. If they've never been to Target, they can't write about that one time at Target. It also needs to be a small moment. So that means it is a seed. It is not growing into every time they went to Target. They're writing about that one time they went to Target and they got a Starbucks and they also got a new lamp for their new room, something like that. Okay, keeps it small. They also need to work on including lots of details. So last week we learned about who, what, where, when, why, and how to include those in their writing. If you read your child's writing and you have questions, like I would if we were in the classroom, and I do on Google Drive, then they need to add more details to their story. Someone should read their story and have no questions or little to no questions. So that is Writer's Workshop. I do have 2 recorded videos on Writer's Workshop. One is the bubble map. One is drawing. So they're going to do a drawing of their story and then they're going to label the parts and then we're going to write about it. So I'm using the zoo over again because I want them to really understand how I took it from I went to the zoo, I saw a baby tiger, I ate popcorn, it was fun. 2, on Saturday, September 26th, I went to the Denver Zoo with Mr. Flam and Mia. And I add all those details in as much as I can. So of course, take, what your child does with their ability. So if they give you 110%, awesome. You know your child better than anybody. So math, this week we're going to be doing lesson 3, sessions 1 through 5. There are 5 sessions this week. It's counting on and practicing how to count on. So some of them are super easy. It's again doing the fact families. 1 plus 5 is 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. Also counting on starting at the bigger number. So again, your child may really know those things, but I want them to practice the strategies. We did doubles and near doubles. That's not a great example of it, but where you have 3 plus 4 and then they put a box around 3 plus 3 and 3 plus 3 is 6 plus this one extra. So all those different things plus number bonds, how to decompose numbers. This is really building their number sense. So you might be like, oh my gosh, my child is doing so well and that's amazing, but really just building that number sense is so important and it's going to help them out in math forever. Let's see. Handwriting, they're doing pages 26 through 31 in handwriting. They're just doing numbers and drawing models, numbers of dots to represent those numbers. They're going to circle their best one. Phonics is page 14 through 23. We're working on short U this week, and we're continuing to talk about characters and stories. So if you read at bedtime, it might be great to talk about the differences in characters. Some characters are honest. Some characters are sneaky. Some characters are happy. Some characters are sad. Just those different kinds of characters. In iReady, your child has a growth assessment. It's a growth diagnostic. So I would have the same rules that apply to the diagnostic that we did just a few weeks ago. But this is going to monitor their growth. So if you help them, you're really doing them a disservice. I would say maybe if you wanted to read math to them, you could. I think math reads to them. But anyway, I would allow only 20 minutes a day. Once you finish the the benchmark, the diagnostic, then it will prompt them to go into instruction. And if not, let me know and I can tweak it for you. Also, some of you have been telling me that their iReady instruction is not sufficient. It's really basic. Turns out if a child goes through and does really well and then misses something, they'll take them back down to the square, square basics of what they're supposed to be learning. So just a heads up for that. I can jump in then and reteach something that maybe they missed in one of those lessons, so that way they can keep moving up and they don't go back. But anyway, there is that growth monitoring for reading and math this week. Limit it to 20 minutes. Please give breaks. If 20 minutes is too long, give more breaks. I'm totally fine with that. Let's see, there's a Kahoot. The Kahoot link is in the checklist that I'm sending. So the Kahoot is just really a fun digital game. You don't have to have anything to sign in. They can sign in as a guest and play, and it's living things versus non-living things. There's also a scavenger hunt that is in Google Classroom. And you can print it out or have them type it out if you want into a Google Doc. And they just literally go around their neighborhood or their backyard or their front yard, and they write down, this is a living thing, this is not a living thing, and how they know it's living versus how they know it's not living. There are also 2 games in Benchmark Phonics. Again, you're going to go in through Clever and find it that way. I'm also working on another document for math. So if you feel like your child needs more, I will be sending you out that it's a slide presentation to do some of those math strategies that we've been working on that are pretty tricky. Your child is going to use a doubles fact or a nears doubles fact, as many as they would like, and put it in there and really explain the why and the how they know that and different strategies they can use to solve that basic equation. So anyway, I hope that helps. I think that's everything. There is no art assignment. The Kahoot and the scavenger hunt are really it. What we're doing is we're going to build a diorama of an animal and in its habitat. So that's going to be the end of this unit. I'm trying to follow with what Sage Canyon is doing, and that would be what they're doing. So I want your child to be on pace for if and when we go back in January. So just have them think about what animal they would like to be. They would like to do their little diorama / presentation on, and where it lives, what it eats, what it looks like, how it uses its environment, things like that. And I'll send out more information as we continue to go. I will send out some Seesaw assignments for math and maybe some other fun games in Seesaw and other assignments. It is Spirit Week, so your child is allowed to do what is expected or what the day is. We're going to have pajama day, crazy hair day, hat day, things like that. So if they can participate, that would be super awesome. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm always here for you. Oh, parent-teacher conferences are the week after fall break. So they are not mandatory. If you would like to meet with me, I would love to meet with you to discuss your child. I hope you know that my door is always open. So if you ever want to discuss your child or have a one-on-one or anything, I'm available. All right, thanks guys. Have a great week.